shit's gonna get wet, nigga.
Oh, jeez. Hot, man.
I just say that. Damn it, man.
It's hot, man. I've been working hard this week.
Shit. Jake's over there cussing.
Are we ready?
Pre-race show?
You are live.
Bikini Bottoms pre-race show. Are you ready?
No. What do you want to do? UTV. I love that. I love those freaking razors.
I mean, it's all razors and razor tube chassis. Where's our lights at?
Hey, what about our boy?
Lights are on this new studio.
What about building our boy who builds those things?
Oh, Austin Pruitt? Pruitt's OffRoad?
Yeah, Austin is
I'm still hot from all this work this week.
building a new studio. Don't listen to
There you are.
Got some water here. I want to welcome everybody to the 2016 Bikini Bottoms pre-race show. My name's Dave Z, and
I'm Clyde Bynum. And first thing I want to do is give Bob a big thanks for letting us come up to Bikini Bottoms. He's one of those park owners that does a lot of work to make things look good.
now, are you willing to talk about the improvements? Or I'm not gonna say improvements, but on the big changes that Bob has made over the past.
It's a little more than just improvements. It's totally different than what it was. The place is, most people that haven't been there recently won't recognize the place for sure.
It's a nice place. I like Bikini Bottoms. It's not a place where you really go to rock crawl. You know, for all the rock crawls out there, but the folks in the razors, four wheelers, and the big mud trucks, every big Smo. What's up, Smo? They know where Bikini Bottoms is. It's in Dyersburg, Tennessee. It's definitely a place where you can go people watch.
I wonder if we should explain what's been going on for the people that don't follow my personal Facebook or what's going on behind us back here.
I don't follow this person. Well, what's going on,
Most
man?
people don't.
What's going on?
Well,
you got like 20,000 followers, you know, on Facebook.
Well, we're making some changes so that we can go live with all of these shows, and we're getting close to getting it done. So right now it's kind of a preliminary between when we started and when we get finished. So be watching for all the changes and the upgrades to the studio.
This is a studio.
Yeah, this
is no.
I mean, you guys even came down and put in a little work.
Yeah.
We didn't start on it till last Sunday, week ago.
It's crazy. Last Sunday we broke ground here. We're not going to give you the exact location.
It's more like concrete, but
yes, it's crazy. You know, pouring concrete, got the rebar out. Clyde had me working, minimum wage.
We've actually had a lot of guys that's come through this week. We've even had some customers show up to ask some questions and ended up working for about 6 or 7 hours before we went home that night. So
now is Brandon, who's helping today?
Brandon's been helping all week.
Brandon, I mean, I didn't want to mention his name because I know he's on papers right now.
Yeah.
He's a correction officer.
Yeah.
But Brandon, he did some big work, and Zay.
Me and Zay's been kind of pulling second shift to get it done each night after our real work in the shop.
It's pretty crazy. If you've been following, you know.
Tommy is a customer that showed up to ask questions, and he was actually here again today, helping us blow the ceilings and the walls with the hopper. And
so Tommy was blowing all day.
All day, getting it done.
Yeah. So
most people wouldn't recognize it. The people that come here pretty often wouldn't even recognize the place right now.
That's pretty nuts.
The air conditioning's not working yet either, and I'm still hot.
It's great. Bikini Bottoms, Friday, April 29th. It's going to be nuts. When's the UTV race going to start?
UTV race is Friday the 29th at 3 o'clock, and that's the NCB Diesel UTV Championship Series.
Presented by our boys.
The Southern is presented by ORB Fabrication, and the Northern is presented by Super ATV.
And Abernathy's. Can we even begin?
We can. It's kind of started getting around already, but Abernathy's is we've teamed up with Abernathy's up in Union City and Polaris and we're going to be giving a razor to the UTV champion this year.
At a big discount.
No.
No?
Well, I guess it's a really big discount. They will take a razor home without spending any money.
Free.
Free razor to the champion.
So we're giving away a razor this year to the winner of the
UTV. Giving away a
UTV.
razor this year to the UTV champion.
And it's
And that'll be in October.
so right now one of the Martin boys is looking pretty good to be going home
Yep.
with a new
Nick Martin.
razor.
Nick Martin's in the lead, but we're only 2 races in with 5 more to go, so there's a lot of room for things to change.
So things are getting serious. Nick has 89 points, and just to give you an idea of how close it is, Justin Pierpoint has 88 points.
Justin built
for
that
the
new
cup.
rig, and he's done really good with it this year. It's working well for him.
Right behind him, you have Stacy Wilhoit. And
Stacy Wilhoy, he says his talent tank done rusted the bottom, I rusted out of it, and he's having some trouble. But we'll see if he can hang in there and keep up.
And talking about trouble, first of the season, Timmy Cameron, he was in a rental. And
He actually won the first race.
He did. He won the first race in a
But
rental.
he had some trouble at Dirty Turtle and got hung up, so it cost him a little bit. So he's back down at 4th, but he's only, 5 points out?
5 points from the lead.
So
it's
there's
really
only 5
tight.
points between the top 4.
And if you want to find out the details of the series
I know where to
and
go.
of the Abernathy deal, you need to be at Bikini Bottoms on Friday the 29th, 3 p.m. So take off of work a little bit early, leave at lunch. The flu is going around. Leave a little bit early.
Don't bring
out.
the flu with you though. Keep it at home.
Say what's up to us. It's always a good time at Bikini Bottoms.
Oh yeah, it's always a good time.
Bob's an amazing host, and we're just gonna have a big party. Tal's gonna be out there in his camper, isn't he?
I'm sure he will be. He'll be
Now-
out there hanging out.
now-
Tal's usually at every one of them.
So look
Are
for
you
Tal.
going to allow him to have a mic again?
Yeah, Tal's gonna be on the mic, doing his thing, and afterwards the party is gonna be in his trailer. Tal H. Look for him. He's opening his door to everybody. Come on out. I mean, it's gonna be a part. Some famous people hang out with Tal on the trailer.
Oh, really? That's pretty cool.
He knows.
Well, look, let's take a break and let Jake show the link on how to get to some of the shirts and stuff. We'll give him a minute to show how to get to the
Get your swag.
get your swag. And I'm pretty sure they can still hear us talking if you want to keep talking to them.
I don't want to say nothing. They can get their stuff over at www.srsgear.com. They don't want to listen to this.
SRRSgear.com.
Now
We'll actually have a couple of new shirts coming out. We back live?
the signature driver shirts,
We actually have 2 more coming out at Bikini Bottoms.
they're pretty sexy. Now when Clyde told me, he said, "Dave, I got these signature shirts," and I'm thinking, well, just a regular old shirt. These things are not cheapo shirts. There's some really, really nice shirts. Cost Clyde an arm and a freaking leg, but
I think both legs.
they're not costing us an arm and a leg. They're like what, $25?
$25 for the signature
$25
shirts.
for the signature shirt.
20 for the regular shirts. We've got hats. We got a lot of new stuff that'll be coming to the store here real soon.
They've got some of the best 8 to 12-year-old kids making these things in the Philippines. So get yours. We're passing the savings on to you. As far as the
It ain't far from that. Joseph spent a lot of nights for the first race.
and he is like a 6-year-old.
I mean, I think he stayed up about 6 days straight trying to get the first race ready.
He's a good-looking guy.
I mean, after you've been up for 6 days, anybody's a good-looking guy.
That's right. So, Clyde, why don't you tell these lovely people about this RCV front row seat deal that you got going on?
Basically, last year we did an RCV award that was for somebody that earned points all year on social media. This year we're doing a social media thing where people get to enter, and later on in the show we're going to announce who gets picked to be the RCV front row seats. Those guys get a good spot to watch, and they give each one gives them a score from 1 to 10 or 0 to 10.
They're not a good seat. They're the best seats in the house, hands down. I guarantee it. They're the best seats in the house.
They're up close and personal with the action. They get to be up there with the drivers and score them.
You get to pretty much you get to sign a waiver because when those bouncers come down the hill, they're coming straight at you. I mean, you have to be young.
That's one
and
thing that's
limber.
really good about Bikini Bottoms is the spectator. There's not a bad spot for spectators to see.
And I know most of you have been there. How many did we have there last year? About 3,000? A lot of people.
I mean, there's been more than one event since then. I can't remember that kind of stuff.
Sure. But I want to say it was like 3,000. I was there. And there really isn't a bad seat in the house. It's like a huge auditorium.
It's like a huge bowl.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. You're in a stadium.
Now there's 0 trees in the way. He took every tree.
Did a lot of work. Worked on the parking. The parking is ridiculous.
We'll post up some pictures of what it looks like up there on our social media on the Southern Art Racing Facebook page. So make sure you're following the Southern Art Racing Facebook page. We post a lot of stuff there on Instagram as well, Twitter.
And as far as coming on out and playing with your razors and getting around on the four wheelers, basically come on out. You can come on out and ride around all day. If you're in a Jeep or a truck and you like to do a little bit of little light trail riding or some mud riding,
we had a good time just riding last year up there. I mean, we go up there pretty often because it's close to us. It's only a couple hours for us, so we go pretty often.
And Clyde will ride with you. Clyde's not afraid.
No,
I
don't ride with anybody.
You know, you want to get out there and you want to see some stuff. This is your guy right here. He's a little expensive, you know, if you want to hire him to lead you around the park, but it's worth it. What are you up to? About $8 an hour will buy you Clyde Bynum. Minimum of 2 hours though, so $16 you'll get to see the park up close and personal.
I would rather just put them in there with CJ or one of those clowns.
That's fine. CJ's selling rides up the hill.
Oh, you know what? They do have a real ride at Bikini Bottoms.
Oh Lord, you gonna talk about tell them. It's crazy.
The zip line.
How bad can what is it, up to 300 pounds, 400 pounds? Can like a 500-pound guy get on that thing?
I don't know the details, but I bet at BikiniBottomsOffRoad.com you could probably find all
what
the
is
details.
it, the big Jim or the Big Joe zip line?
Something like that.
Something like that. Big John, that's
Big
what
John.
it is. The Big John zip line. It's, now get this, I want to say it's the largest span, like in the country or something like that. It's something crazy. I don't know if it's in Tennessee. And you know, in Tennessee, we got a ton of them in East Tennessee. That's all they got. They got helicopter rides, which you're probably going to die if you get in one of those helicopters. Or they got zip lines in East Tennessee. But you know what? The Big John zip line in Dyersburg puts them all to shame. So he's selling rides. Go on out, get on the zip line, watch the trucks. He has an
They're actually, I mean, they're open now. They're already open for the year. So, you know, all they can go this weekend, check the place out, and do all that.
Mm-hmm.
So, do we want to do some little bit of drawing?
I like drawing.
Let's see
I
what
like
we got.
drawing pictures. And yeah, we can do this.
This will be for the UTVs.
Little running order action here. It's always a good time. We're gonna see who's gonna be running in what order. If you've never seen this before, it's extremely exciting. Look at me. I'm freaking excited over here. Clyde, he can hardly contain
You
himself.
want to go first or you want me to go first?
Whatever. Why don't you go first, Bob?
Alright, let's see what we got here. I can tell who wrote these. Must have been you.
Why? What does the ticket say, my friend?
Can anybody read this? It says Nutbush.
Nutbush.
So I'm gonna guess that this is Danny Smith.
Nutbush Danny Smith.
Nutbush Danny
You're
Smith.
running first.
Looks like he's going number 1.
And then Josh Cannon is next.
Josh Cannon.
Josh Cannon.
Number 2. Is Jake taking this down for us?
Hold on. Jake's about to get fired here.
Actually, hey, where's your pen? We'll just write on here.
I don't have a pen. It's the SRRS pens.
I mean, you just wrote all these out.
It looks good. But talk about Danny Smith. Danny Smith. Danny Smith, he,
Jeez.
damn, it's gone. It broke.
You hit it that order? Oh, there it
Yeah.
is. I got it.
Hardest work man. Good job, Jake. Jake Plowo.
Plowos? Is that how you say that?
I don't know.
Give me that pen so I can write my number 1 over here.
Well, don't do that. We gotta reuse those. We try to save money here at the SRRS. You got it down, buddy? All right. Jake Plava, producing. Great job. You got that?
Well, if he write them down, since we write them down.
So
you got number 2 over there is Josh Cannon.
Josh Cannon.
Guess who number 3 is? The only non-raiser, I believe, that's running. Big Bird, Steven Robinson.
Always excited. He had a hell of a run last time at the Turtle. Then we got another Martin over here, Garrett Martin.
Wait a minute, there's 2 of them in here.
Uh-oh.
What we at, number 4?
Something like that.
No, that's number 4 over there. I'm number 5. Denton Pulliam, number 5, Mr. Denton.
Good deal. And always exciting, we got Jack jet setting across the world in Germany 1 minute.
I think he's on his way back right now.
Yeah.
He
Talk
was
to
in Atlanta a while ago.
Atlanta, Jack Porter.
He was involved in helping us get the studio started.
Big time, big time. He trained this whole bad boy up with us.
Next up, we got Anthony Defoe. Gonna be what, number 7? We don't have to know. Jake's keeping up with it.
Jake got this. He's running this show. Cody Morris, you're up next, partner.
Oh, we got Mr. Brandon Davis.
Hero, Brandon Davis. He's leading the bouncer class.
He is
right
leading
now.
the bouncer class.
Pretty excited. He needs to get his stuff together for the UTVs, you know. Landon Jones. Landon, you're up next.
We got Mr. Austin Pruitt. We was talking about him before.
He may or may not can weld up a badass chassis.
Maybe. Austin Pruitt. Pruitt's OffRoad. Up next.
And Stacy Wilboy. Wow, that's messed up, man. Stacy's up next. That's messed up, dude.
Stacy told me, I asked him was his talent tank getting low, and he said the bottom was rusted out.
Rusted out.
He said he had the machine, he just didn't know how to drive it.
And he's
I would say he's not doing bad. He's sitting in 3rd place in the point right now.
He's in 3rd place. Good job, Stace.
Next up, we got Kevin Scott. You know, you're over there making a mess again.
I know, that's what I do. And then David Fisher. David Fisher's up after Mr. Scott. And Jake's doing a hell of a job.
Up next, Matt Myrick, Busted Knuckle.
Yeah, sorry. I had to, you know. Double D. Dylan Dowler is up.
Dylan Dowler.
Dylan, say that 3 times.
Jake, you keeping up over there? All right.
Dowler.
Next up, we got Amber Sutton.
Amber
Sutton.
I mean, who writes his name like this? This is
I can
crazy.
tell you wrote these.
Brandon Hard. Brandon Hard.
Little hard.
Super ATV. Got a little hard there.
And here's old Pops, Jamie Hard.
Super ATV representing.
Up next, Jamie Hard with Hard Motorsports. Guess what?
And
This drawing was brought to you by Hard Motorsports.
Hard Motorsports. Jeff Donda, you're rep. I'm not going to destroy your name this time. I'm sorry. I just playing. But yeah, isn't he from Cuba? No, he's going to whoop me.
Next, we got Nick Martin, the man in the lead. Wonder if he can keep it there.
Now, I mean, it's pretty neat because right now we have 3 Martins in the top 10. They own 33% of this, and we have a Martin in 1st place. So chances are, right now they have a 30% chance, 33% chance of going home with one of those big boy razors.
From Abernathy's.
Abernathy's, baby. I got a motorcycle there. Yeah. Jeff Dunlap. Yeah, your turn.
I thought Nick Martin was after Jeff Dunlap.
He could have been. Nick Martin's up. So it's my turn?
That's your turn.
Patrick Patrick Gooch, you're up.
Next we got Sparky. Everybody knows Sparky.
Everybody knows.
He he's the one that melted his motor down at Stony Lonesome with the nitrous, and didn't make the last race. But he sent me a video the other day. He's got her back up and going, and it's got a whole different motor in it.
All right, Brando, you're up next.
Jason Sparks.
Jason. Michael Van Story, you're up next, man.
Next we got Cash LaCroix. That little kid's a madman. He's putting it to it.
Cash LaCroix, now I saw him run over at Stony, and it was a heck of a run where there were all these grown men having issues and problems and flipping, and
somewhere around 50% made the hill, and he was one of them.
he was one of them.
And
And he's like this. How old is he?
He barrel rolled it, landed it on the tires, and kept going.
How old is
I
he?
believe he's 7.
It's like 7 years old, hanging.
And he's got a rig that's built just for him, and his dad's always right there with him. It's a pretty cool deal.
Good stuff. Come on out. Great family stuff. Colton Hoback, you're up next. Colton from Hoback Racing. Those brothers give it hell.
Next, we got Slade Martin.
Top 10, baby. What's
Actually,
Slade?
Top 5.
Top 5. Huh. And talking about top 10, here we have number 7.
There. Number 8.
Is he number 8?
That's what it says.
I don't know. I can't read.
You can't count.
I can't count. I can't read. It's New York school systems. That's what it's about. Cody Martin, you're up. So we got the Martins pretty staggered through this thing over here.
That's what it looks
We're
like.
pretty excited.
Next, we got Melvin Veach.
Mr. Beach.
Oh, we got some more.
Joshua Chapman, you're up after Mr. Beach.
And now we got the runner-up, sitting in second place, Mr. Justin Pierpoint.
We got
ORB Fabrication.
ORB, Tennessee,
Is
baby.
that all of them? Oh,
Now I got,
I'll see one more.
and this guy blocked me on Facebook and tried calling him, won't take my calls. But I'm still one of his biggest fans. How can you not be? Tim Cameron, he's in 4th place right now overall. You're up 29th, I believe.
Still got a lot of this sheetrock mud all over me from doing the sequence.
It's crazy.
I think this is the last one.
Last one.
Got the last one, Brian McVeigh. Let's put all them back in there so we'll have them for later.
We're going to do that. So that's our UTV running order. It's always a good time. I know a lot of times folks, they can't make it out because it's a Friday, but we're talking 3 p.m. And surely you could sneak out of work at about noon. And this is Dyersburg. This is a great central location. 45 minutes from everywhere, an hour from everywhere. It's always a good time. They got food out there. They're setting up, correct?
Yeah. Plenty of food, and we'll have some of the vendors out there. Scott Goforth will be coming, so if you need something from Scott Goforth Tire, let them know ahead of time.
Goforth Tire. What can you say about them? You know, I called Scott up a couple of weeks ago because a couple of really good friends of mine needed some race line wheels. True story. And I called Scott up, and it was actually right before the Dirty Turtle, the race of the Dirty Turtle. And typically, if you call Scott up and you want to save a couple bucks on shipping, he'll bring it to a race. So if you show up to a race somewhere, this is kind of some inside information, so don't tell anybody. Try to keep it on the low. But what Scott does, he'll try to bring it to the race. Well, the race line wheels that my friends needed, he was hoping they'd come in on time. He had a big order coming in from California, because that's the only way he orders, isn't it? Big. And, well, they didn't make it in time. So Scott ended up going above and beyond, shipping these bad boys freight the day that they came in. My friends got the wheels within 24 hours of paying for these things. And what are his prices like?
I don't think you're gonna beat his prices. He's got really good prices on all of it.
I mean, this guy, I don't know what he has on the folks at Interco, and I don't know what he has on the folks at Raceline.
And the customer service is what's great about it.
I mean, he has some of the best employees in the business. You know, I asked him, because it's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing how, just a good old boy like Scott, he's taking care of a little village,
He stepped up this year in racing.
And he had a little, I noticed something on Facebook today.
Yeah, I mean, since we're live, we're on the spot.
I don't think we're supposed to talk about it, but I mean, he'll get over it.
He was worried about scratching that thing during a race and rolling it over, and he goes out and rolls it over trail riding today.
So I'm sure he was with his girl, and
maybe we should call him.
You gonna call him?
I don't know how much time we got. Where you going?
I got all the time in the world. Let me see. Let's see if he'll pick up for me. I know he'll pick up for you, but let's see.
How many minutes are we in, Jake? 30 minutes? 20 minutes?
Scott, go forth.
They've been listening to you for 25 minutes already.
That's great. Talk to him for a minute. I gotta tell my wife I'm gonna be late. Hang on.
Yeah, you're gonna get in trouble.
Bad.
We gotta get some carpet in this place, get rid of this echo we got going. It's already bad enough hearing you once, and then we gotta hear you twice.
Damn, are you talking crap? Come on now, man. You're talking. Let me see. Scott, go forth. Should I put him on speakerphone?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll be able to hear you, but we can.
He pays extra for this crap music here. He's working on his bouncer now.
No, he's probably watching the show and going,
Scott, pick up! Damn it, Scott!
He's running down after him because he's seen it.
It's messed up, Scott.
I'm sorry, the person you were trying to reach has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet. Please try your call again later. Goodbye.
I think he didn't want to talk to you. It said he don't have a voicemail.
Damn, not set up yet. He got the music, he doesn't have the thing. Let me write him I'm gonna write him something nasty now. Dang.
Well, while he's over playing on the phone, I guess we can talk about Bikini Bottoms. Saturday, April the 30th is when the bouncer class will be running. And the Southern Series is presented by Nitro Gear, so be sure you make it out and watch these guys race and put on a show. In a minute, we'll talk about some more on the top. Who we got for the sponsors for the bouncer class?
We got some crazy sponsors for the bouncer class.
RCB.
RCB.
guys.
What can you say about that? I mean, they sponsor everything.
The RCB recovery crew is obviously going to be out again, working hard, and we usually keep them pretty busy. So far this year, the stats for how many people's made the hill versus not made the hill has been about 50%. So
Rick's Powder Coating does just a ton of stuff for so many.
well, I've been taking care of a lot of those guys.
So many drivers and so many of us behind the scenes, and you guys. I mean, y'all know about them. Of course, Go Forth tires and Raceline wheels, Nitro Gear, and we can't forget National Tire and Wheel.
National Tire and Wheel is our presenting sponsor for the Northern
Good stuff.
Series. So
Now, I know we talk about them all the time, but you got folks like Cole and Matt who dig in week after week.
those guys travel a lot.
Cole over at Mad Ram and Matt at Busted Knuckle Films, both. I mean, if you're out there, you know they're trying to make you famous. I mean, I'm serious, and you guys know I'm serious. These guys are out there running up and down the hill all day long.
And and not only that, they also set up and sell apparel at the events, and that's a lot of work. And those guys go out there and hustle week after week, and you can get a lot of apparel from those guys online as well. So be sure to support those guys. I mean, it's what keeps them going to be able to do it week after week and keep bringing you the content that you get to see.
Diesel fuel isn't cheap.
It's cheaper than it was last year.
It is, but these guys are putting forth forth such money week after week to bring this to you. Bandwidth isn't cheap, and they make it look so professional. They're doing live feeds.
That's another thing that we've stepped up this year, and so far we've done some live feed at the first 2 races. We're going to attempt to run some live feed at Bikini Bottoms as well. We're working on some systems to make that where we can definitely do it every event. That's the thing, a lot of these parks are way off the grid, so we don't have cell service. But when we do have cell service and try to use it, everybody in the park also tries to get on that cell service. So cell service isn't predictable enough to be able to run the live feeds.
But we got Christy over at Image Off-Road, and we also, I'm just going to throw it out there because he came out of retirement, and over the past month, he's been throwing out some of the most beautiful pictures out there.
Still photography to me is just as cool as the videos because it shows a lot of perspective.
And you're going to be really hard pressed to find some sexier pictures than what's coming out of Ricky B's corner. So Ricky B.
Oh, Ricky Berry.
You know, Ricky B.
Now look.
Thanks for coming back, baby.
Now his favorite is to be sure to give him a hug when you see him at the events.
Look, if you see Ricky B, hey, bring
big
it
hug and a big kiss on the cheek. He loves it.
I'm serious. Do it. He'll thank you for it.
Yes, he will.
So we've got some pretty exciting things coming up over Bikini Bottoms. The heavyweights Saturday. What time we starting? About 10 in the morning. 9:30.
We're doing a driver meeting at 9 o'clock, and we'll be racing directly after.
Now, here's the deal. If you've never been to one of these things, and you've never seen a driver's meeting, you know, it's kind of like going to a baseball game and getting there before the first inning. You get to see them warm up, you get to see them mess around a little bit, but it's pretty crazy, you know, watching the prayer at the beginning, because it's some real deal stuff. This is not playing tiddlywinks in your backyard. This is bona fide rough stuff, and people can get hurt.
It's a dangerous sport, which is the reason that all the safety precautions are put in place, and that's one of the reasons that we've always, you know, tried to step that up each year, and we always try to learn from every event and get better for the next. So it's definitely a dangerous sport, and the good thing is, go up and talk to these drivers. I mean, these guys want to talk to you. They don't care. You know, we see kids asking for autographs, and that's stuff. I mean, that makes their day just as much as it does that little guy's name or the little guy's day that gets the autograph.
Hey, you want somebody's autograph? You want one of these drivers' autographs? You want them to sign your arm or something like that? Hey, you holler at me. I'll make sure. I'll do my best to make it happen. You holler at Clyde, he'll do his best to make sure.
Those guys will do it. You get their attention, and they'll do it.
Yeah, for sure. Great folks. But in the same breath, come race day, you know, they're all like this, and they'll all do anything for anybody else. But at the end of the day, I guarantee you, they want to get to that top beam first. I promise you that.
You think so?
Oh, I know so. These guys and gals are rough.
They want to win, and they want their name on that SRRS Racing Cup for
Yes,
sure.
sir. Yes, sir. So stick around. You can buy your swag there. Go see Tabitha and little baby Zaylee. I think even Jacob. Is Jacob gonna be there this time? He may not.
I don't know if he's coming or not.
He may, but if he is, he may have a tooth missing, or it may be him. I don't know. But go say what's up to them. They got swag.
Yeah, we'll have a couple of new shirts out at Bikini Bottom.
Got some shirts, hats. We need some of those, like I got, the little golf hat, the what you call them, the whatever. I'll get them made. I know you need them.
So do we want to get this bouncer drawing on?
Before we do, let's send a shout out to some of the RCV recovery crew people.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys, can we call them by name?
Sure. I don't think they'll care.
No, I mean, here's the deal. They're nameless, and sometimes
Some of those guys actually work for a couple days before the event, and they're there after the event helping tear down. I mean, there's a lot of these guys are helping nonstop.
Show them some love, man. I mean, these folks are up there risking life and limb to make sure that the drivers get to the top, or that they're pulled out in one piece. They're usually the first. They are the first ones on the scene.
And there's a handful of them that go to every event, and then some of them are the ones, that the park has people that are local to them that helps, so they help at those events as well.
But you got guys like
we got people like Nick that is at the starting line. He's also there for a couple days.
Are you talking about Nick Corkburner?
Nick Corkburner.
So you got Nick Corkburner.
He he helps at the start line.
Right.
But he's also there before the event, helping put up and tear down, and we got BJ Wilkes, who's.
What can you say about BJ?
I mean, he's been there with me event after event after event for years now.
I mean, he's the man. I mean, if you really, while Clyde is off, schmoozing with people and doing his little thing, BJ's there.
BJ is a big help. He actually puts in a lot of time at home between events, getting our radio equipment ready, the timing. He's a big help with the timing this year. We also got BJ's dad, who makes a lot of the events. I mean, it's kind of like a family affair for those guys.
And BJ's dad can run to the top of the hill better than most people in their 20s. It's the damnedest thing I've ever seen. So, big shout out to BJ's
by the
dad.
end of Saturday, I'm starting to realize that I'm not as young as I used to be.
It's great, but BJ's dad, he's just up and down that hill all day long, smiling at you.
Another one is Dave. Dave, not this Dave. Dave runs up and down the mountain all day for 2 days. I mean, for 3 or 4 days, because we're there putting up the tape and the banners and getting everything ready. So I mean, it's a lot of work goes into it. And then we got Mr. Tal. He's been a big help this year. Little Tal Humphreys.
Tal, for those of you who party with Tal, hang out with Tal.
It's Tal, Tal. He's 1 L short of tall.
That's it. Now, if you see Tal out there, I promise you, just like Ricky B,
looking for a hug.
Give him a hug. He will hug you back.
He'll hug your leg back.
He will. Get your shine on old Tal there. But Tal is huge. He loves the sport, loves the drivers, loves the competition, and you catch me and Tal over Bikini Bottoms, chances are we'll be calling the race, having a good time. If you throw money up on stage, we will dance for you. I promise. We will do our thing.
They might put money on stage to get you to quit dancing.
And that's fine. I mean, we're willing to put ourselves out.
Who else we got out there we need to talk about? We got SCS Gearbox. They're the transfer case that is absolutely taking this sport to the next level.
It's crazy.
Between the SCS transfer case, the straight drive, and the RCVs, the great big RCVs in the front ends. I mean, it's stepped this game up where a lot of these buggies just almost don't have a weak link in them anymore.
Pretty badass. I mean, Warfare is, after the beating that Danny's been putting on Warfare this year.
Warfare took a whooping all last year with no problems. This year he had a couple of drive set failures, but I think he got that taken care of with one of your buddies.
Yeah, James Adams, he custom made a drive shaft for Warfare, and I promise you, Danny has been trying to snap that son of a gun, and I think they're really happy with it. Definitely happy with it after testing it 3 times.
The rigs in this sport, whether it be the UTV class or the bouncer class, we seem to find the weak links, and there's lots of companies out there that's always making it happen.
Mm-hmm. When do you want to talk about the RCB front row? You want to announce the winners now, or you want to do it after we draw?
Either way. What do you want to do?
There's this guy from up north. He's a Yankee. Don't hold it against him. His name is Timothy Seabridge. Timothy, congratulations. You are our first front row seat winner. You'll have one of the best seats, if not the best seat in the house, and all we ask for you, watch each run
and judge the score. We'll have somebody there recording it for us.
Because the drivers, whoever wins this thing,
$500.
$500. Giving Clyde's money away, aren't I? And
then next we got Chase McKnight.
Congratulations. And then we have Ashley Harris. Congratulations from old Muddy Mascara.
So if you're one of those three, be sure to come see us before the event. Try to be over there by the drivers' meeting when it happens, and get one of our attention, and we'll put you in touch with the right person.
So that's 9 a.m.
Put the car, and that's Central Time. Put the cards in your hands, and hopefully
We'll put you right at the bottom of the hill. And remember, you got to run out of the way. You see the bouncer coming down, you just got to move. You got to be quick. You got to pay attention.
Dave's gonna be right there beside me.
Probably not. I'm going to be out the way when they start. When Joe Pierce starts flipping down the hill. Man, Joe, easy on it, baby.
He was rough on that little thing this year. I seen that video again the other day from Stony Lonesome. I don't even know how that was possible.
I mean, yeah, you're right, because, you know, when I called and I said he flipped out and you're like, nah, he threw a couple of these. I mean, he was doing like, you know, 360s and just flipping side to side and crazy. And did that knock him out? Was he knocked out for a minute? No, he was good to go. He was like one of the sufficient chips.
The rig took it as well.
Yeah, he made the second
Had a flat tire. Second hill, he beat on it again and really tore it up. He had to do some work on it after that one.
So I guess now,
Let's talk about who the top 10 are sitting in points.
yeah, we could do that. I mean, first and foremost, I'm gonna load this up while we do that. First and foremost,
We got number 10, and that buggy that you don't want to see get angry.
no, my boy, and he's my boy, old Ryan Broomhill. And I'll tell you what, Ryan, he's probably gonna whoop my ass, but because he's a big fella, it looks like he works out a little bit. I mean, he definitely works out, doesn't he?
I don't know.
What are you popping up about what, 4 1/4, Ryan? I mean, he's kind of he doesn't drive around in the Hulk buggy for nothing.
You don't think so?
No, he's a stout. He's a
I
stout.
tell you what, Kyle Crouch is sitting at number 9, and he's new to it this year and doing really good. Actually, I think he won him a big paycheck just yesterday.
Now,
I think
congratulations on that.
I think he got Warfare into the first loser spot.
Because number 2 and 3, you know, it was pretty amazing.
And it was down to tenths of a second up there at Dirty Turtle. It was pretty impressive. But anyway, Kyle Crouch is sitting at number 9.
Yeah. And number 8, somebody else took a hell of a spell. Craig Hughes.
Those guys, I mean, it's not just him. It's him and some guys that helped him, and they stayed up for hours. I think they finished it at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, Saturday morning before the race Saturday at Dirty Turtle, and took a bad spill on hill number 2 and tore some of the tube work up. And he says if everything goes as planned, though, he'll have it back together and
That's
be
awesome.
Bikini Bottoms. I mean, these guys put in a lot of work to be able to come back and do this event after event for sure.
Well, what about Adam? Adam Rayner.
Oh, Showgirl. That buggy's a tough buggy. Showgirl's tough, and Adam's actually a really good driver. I mean, he knows when to keep it together, and he would actually be in a better place than he is now, but he had a drive set failure as well, so it cost him a little bit.
And then we got one of the Spiegel brothers. Next, you got Jason Spiegel.
Got him bad.
Mm-hmm.
Those two guys, they hustle hard. You got Ethan sitting just literally 2 points ahead of Jason, so those guys are pretty close neck and
I'll
neck.
tell you right now, when you watch the Spiegels, they're not coming to play. I promise you.
No, they take it very seriously. I mean, those guys are in it to win it every race.
They don't, you know, it's not, you know, if they come in second by a quarter of a second, they're the runner-ups. They're the
They're
first
always
losers.
looking-
They're not coming for second place.
Well, they're always tuning, they're always tinkering, they're always looking for that next little edge.
A lot of respect for them.
Sitting at number 4, we got somebody that always likes to start it right.
Yeah, my boy Jake Berkey.
Jake Berkey.
And that's another one who's going to be tuning, who loves the sport.
I didn't realize how much he made the changes, or how much of the changes he made from last year to this year. I mean, he completely tore that rig down and made a ton of changes for sure.
You know, Jake, he promotes the sport well, and we wish him the best. He's 24 points back, 24 total points back, which is nothing.
Only about half a hill.
Yeah, half a hill. So, I mean, all of these folks that we're talking about right now,
And Jake is one of
they're in contention for winning this cup.
Jake and Ryan both. They're also they have some the driver signature series shirt. So be sure you're checking them out.
Yeah, but the shirt that I want, I mean, you don't have it yet, but I mean, when are we gonna see the Love Machine shirt? When are we gonna see the Hitman shirt?
It's in artwork. So as soon as we get some artwork back, that's the next one in line with art.
So Travis loved it. He really laid some consistent runs down.
He's very consistent this year.
He laid some consistent runs down at the Turtle as well as over at where's my daggone place? I can't even think of the name.
Stony Nelson?
Stony, that's my place. That's my backyard. That's my playground. But
I'll be sure to let Tyler know.
T Love, third place. He's right there neck and neck with Jake. 1 point separates the two of them.
Yep.
And he's right behind Tim Cameron, who has, everybody knows that Tim's been hustling to get the new buggy up and running. New buggy.
It ain't a big secret that Tim's not happy or not doing well. He's gonna make changes, and between race 1 and race 2, he made some big changes.
For sure.
He's definitely gonna join it.
So Tim's sitting in the number 2 slot after 2 races, going into Bikini Bottoms, and then the Cinderella story. New Jack, Brandon Davis, one of the nicest guys running out right now.
And he's in the Tim Cameron rig that Tim Cameron won with last year, so he's proven that he can drive for sure.
Yeah, so it's going to be really interesting. Come on out at the end of the month, Saturday. It's going to be weather should be good. If the weather's not good, we're going to have a party anyway. And the racing's going to be amazing.
We've raced in the rain before, and I'm sure we'll do it plenty more times. A lot of people, they always ask if we race rain or shine, and we always tell them yes. I tell you what else I get a lot of emails or phone calls about is I get phone calls from people that go, hey, can anybody come watch this? I mean, they don't realize that it's for everybody. Bikini Bottoms is a great park for a guy that doesn't have an off-road rig to come out and watch, because he can park right there close, walk down and watch. So it's
perfect. You come in your car, in your Prius.
You don't have to have an off-road rig to watch, and if you do have one, you're welcome to wheel it through the park. We don't close the park down either. The only thing we affect is what hill we're racing. So the rest of the park, everywhere we go, is always open. So
how much does it cost to get in Bikini Bottoms? Is it 25 or 30 this year?
If you're coming in Saturday just for the day, it's 25. If you're coming in Thursday and stay until Sunday, it's 45, I think.
So Thursday, they're open Thursday?
Open Thursday. But you can go to BikiniBottomsOffRoad.com and check it out on, the pricing and all.
I got $20. There'll be a handful of racers out there walking that hill, looking at hill on Thursday.
A lot of those guys come out early and start poking around and
now if that doesn't tell you how competitive this is, nothing will. They're out there sitting at the bottom of the hill meditating. I'm talking about burning incense, the whole 9 yards, looking every inch of this hill over. Trying to figure out what line they're going to take. So it's pretty awesome. Come on out. So you want to get to the
let's see who we got first.
Running order, baby.
Up number 1 is Kenneth Reese.
And our producer Jake Plewa, he's getting it down. Yeah. Todd Durham, number 2.
Todd Durham.
Paving the way, baby.
Next we got Miss Shelby Tanner.
So exciting to watch, Shelby.
Last year at Bikini Bottom, Shelby Tanner took a pretty bad tumble off hill number 2, landed it, and kept on going.
Jimmy Smith, you're up. You're up next.
Jimmy Smith. Number 5, we got Richie Keith.
Plowboy.
Old Plowboy.
Is Plowboy going to be up and running?
I think so. He was trying to get it running for the last one, but just couldn't get it done in time.
And he may just end up in the top 10. This is going to be, I think this race is going to show what his heart's made of. Mark Nero, you're up next.
Hey, you didn't write Nutbush on this one.
No.
You wrote his real name.
Yeah,
Next we got Danny Smith.
Where's Danny from?
Nutbush.
And then we got Adam Ringer up next.
Adam Ringer. Next we got Sydney Rockwell.
Sydney gonna be racing, or is she still on hiatus?
I don't know. I think she will be racing before the year's over, but I'm not sure which race. I know they were shooting for the June race.
Good luck, Sid. And then after Sydney, we've got old Junior. We've got CJ Bynum racing in Venom. Now that little stinking buggy that CJ and Clyde and Porter put together, that son of a gun. That son of a gun get some air. You wouldn't think that buggy would get what it gets, but good God, CJ put
He's coming together this year. He's had some mechanical problems, but it's never been because of something he done.
No.
Next we got Tim Cameron. He'll be shooting for the top, sitting in second right now.
That's it. And then right in back of Timmy, we got, what does that say?
It says Broomhill, but I'm pretty sure it's Ryan Brumhall.
Ryan Brumhall. Broomhill, whatever. Love you, Ryan.
Next we got Jake Berkey. In the ride buggy.
And then one of our favorites, Randall Key. You're up next.
Key. Next we got Craig Hughes in the chaos. It was chaos at the last one for him, so we'll see if he can get it together.
And then up next, the general, Clint Evans.
Clint Evans.
Yes, sir. I'm trying to keep my pile neat now, so I don't have to listen to Clyde.
Gregory probably. Next up will be Aaron Miller.
Now I want to see this. Slade Martin, you're up next.
Next we got Marty Hoover. This guy's out of Texas, so he's making a pretty good drive for each one. He's been doing pretty good this year. It's actually his rookie year as well.
And then Peter Basler, you're on the line.
This is the one where everybody has to really pay attention. Bobby Tanner, Screaming Blue. He had some motor trouble starting out this year, but I think he's getting most of that worked out.
And you got the legend Bobby, followed by the Cinderella story, Brandon Davis.
Brandon Davis, you think he can stay on top?
It's going to be interesting. Brandon, come on now.
Here's another rookie for 2016, Aaron Selden in Agnes.
Mm-hmm. And he's been giving it hell. God.
Yeah, he does.
Derek
Did
Catran.
you see that parking job he did
Yes.
in the last race? That was pretty good parking.
And if you saw the parking job, you saw Clyde up front, right up front, making sure he got the best footage. It was pretty amazing. It was just amazing.
Yeah.
Just lawn dart.
Well, no, actually backflip and stop there.
Crazy.
Who we got?
Derek Catran.
Derek
up next.
Catran. It's pretty impressive to watch him do what he does with that cab truck.
Oh, for sure.
Next we got Weston Harkins in the little single seater.
And following Weston, we got Michael Twyman.
Michael Twyman. Next up, it's going to be Wild Man Joe Pierce. That's a long drive out of Miami trip.
And then we got in ninth place in the standings, we got Kyle Crouch. Up next.
Up next is number 3, sitting in number 3, Hitman Travis Lovett.
Hitman. And then I got the
last one?
Yeah, he wouldn't answer my call earlier. Scott Goforth. You're up next, buddy. Scott Goforth is finishing everything out for the day. It's gonna from the very first runner to the very last. It's gonna be a very, very, very exciting event. Come on out. Clyde's giving away $1 million. Are you giving? No.
We're giving away over 100,000 this year.
Over $100,000 this year. It's gonna be a great time. Come on out. See us at Bikini Bottoms. Give Clyde, tell him, bring it on in.
Give all mine to Dave over here.
I'll take
He
it.
likes them.
Come on.
But anyway, be sure to go to SRRSgear.com. Check out those driver shirts. Support them. And
Big shout out to Jake Pleva for making this happen.
yeah, we're testing out our new live and getting familiar with it. And And
in our new studio, which the sound kind of sucks right now, we apologize for that. But in the next show or two, it's gonna look a
we
little
should
bit
have it
better.
all set up where we can start doing some live interviews, and we're gonna try to get it set up where we can call some of the drivers and do that kind of stuff as well. So maybe
For
it'll be
sure.
better.
So we appreciate everybody tuning in on behalf of the SRRS and Clyde Bynum and the rest of the drivers. We appreciate everybody tuning in. If you want to see a certain driver's shirt, holler at Clyde. What's the email address?
You don't even have to go to the email. You can go straight to the store. It's live. Keep an eye on it for a while because we will be adding some new stuff that we got in the works. But SRRSgear.com. If you want to see more of the stats and look at the point standings, you can go to SRRS.rocks. And hopefully we'll have all the live feed working for Matt and Busted Knuckle, and we're going to try to run it live as well right here on this channel at SRRSlive.com.
When are we going to see the Clyde Bynum signature shirt? That's what I'm
I don't
tuning
think
in
nobody
for.
wants to see my shirt.
All right, who wants to see the Clyde Bynum signature shirt? I mean, with his face and everything on it, you know?
I don't think nobody wants to see
Making it rain or something. So,
Jake, throw up the link to the sponsor page on there, and let's give a shout out to all the sponsors.
for sure.
Make sure we're paying the bills.
Well, I guess my wife is my chauffeur tonight. She needs to drive me home. I'm over here in the hood in Horn Lake. I mean, this would be considered the hood. We're on the other side of the tracks, right?
We're right next to the track, so I don't know which side you consider it on, but we're
We
right
may
next
be
to
on the good side of the tracks, but I need to get the hell out of here. I need to get back to Tennessee, baby.